So with that in mind, who do you feel, not necessarily the manager that brought the trophies, and I think we all know where I'd go with that, who did you feel, Frank, that you improved under the most? Who was the manager that got the best out of Frank Lampard?
Well, it was definitely José Mourinho, and the reason being that I was probably 25-ish or something, so I was very in a sweet spot of a good age, impressionable, and he came and brought something really fresh to the club as a whole. I won't be the only player to say this. He brought this kind of self-confidence in how he brought himself in, how he spoke. I wouldn't say he's obviously very good tactically and was at the time, but for me personally, he basically set up a system and a structure of a team that really suited me. So there wasn't much detail that I needed beyond that. He would have given me detail, but there wasn't much more than that. So the main thing that he gave me was a mindset and a confidence to step further than probably what I thought I could have done before. I was a pretty humble kid. I was like at Chelsea, this is great. I didn't have aspirations to try and, well, I did have aspirations, but I didn't maybe necessarily believe that I could go to the levels of Champions League and all these things playing for the country. And Jose kind of walked in as if to sort of say, well, you should have, you know what I mean? And he kind of, that definitely rubbed off on me. So definitely in that first 3-year period, he's certainly the one that took my career from like going well to a different level. And I literally felt it. And it's an interesting thing when you become a manager, because you understand the things that are not tactical, that are just personal, that make you a better player or a better mindset, or, whatever. Some players need the stick. Some players need a cuddle. Mm-hmm. I probably needed neither. I needed just to be sort of supported and left alone to work. And Jose gave me that in my career. And it's always a tough one, because you get asked about all the managers, and because we had so many, you almost got to go, I don't want to leave anyone out. There's some you do want to leave out. There's a lot that but there's a lot you don't. Like Ranieri brought me to Chelsea. Thanks, I really appreciate it. It was great for me. That changed my life. Jose made that big step for me.
I must say, I find it fascinating, you boys, because for so long Chelsea were held up as this kind of, poster team, if you will, of consistency and continuity doesn't necessarily lead to success. Look at Chelsea. They're always in a state of flux and yet still winning. And I'm just getting thought there, forgive me if I'm wrong on this, the exit of José Mourinho, what was it, the start of his third season, Avram Grant then took charge, and of course you got to the Champions League final. Yeah. What's the story? What was the dressing room like when news filtered through that Jose, who you both have said you absolutely loved, when he left, what was the
before he was leaving though?
Yeah,
but there was a story before he was leaving. I mean, there was one person who was absolutely in tears the first time Jose Mourinho goes.
Frankie in tears in the corner.
The old boy was absolutely in tears. I remember this.
I can't. You know what?
But he was also in tears as well, wasn't he? Yeah, he was in tears.
Yeah, he was, and I wasn't the only one that felt like. I know, because I remember when he hugged in the dressing room, I used to sit next to John, and John, way around the hug. We were both quite emotional, but that was obviously the smartness of Jose as a coach, and also the natural instincts that he has, that he got us on board on an emotional level as well as a playing level. But I think but at that point, to go back to the question, is that we'd been in this incredible journey of Jose. It was like two years where we won the league at a canter, pretty much. We won it really well for 2 years. The third year was more tough, I think, and we won the league and we won the FA Cup, did we, when Didier scored. And then the third year was when it broke down. But by then, it became toxic pretty quickly, because I think there had been a few new players that had come in. There were some wranglings about Jose not agreeing with the players that came in, and there was sort of a bit of negativity started to seep in. So it wasn't like a complete surprise. It was almost like it happened pretty quickly at the start of that season. But as a player, personally, on an individual level, I say devastated. I was really disappointed at the time.